Kersey Transmissions coming at you today. We got a 1984 700 R4. We're going to tear down for y'all. Let's get started. We already got the pan off of it. You see there's a lot of clutch debris in there. Flood didn't look too bad in this unit. This is a non-auxiliary valve body. Right here does not have the auxiliary. 700R4, I believe, went to that in '87. Accumulator. Purple spring.
Shoe kit.
Yeah, it's got something in there. All right. These do have steel pistons in the accumulators, which are good. Unlike the 4L60s that we went to in the later years with their plastic stuff they had. That thing's gone. Fixing the paperwork on that. Like somebody put a wire harness in it somewhere along the way. All right, let's get this valve body off of here. All your bolts on your 700 valve bodies are going to be 10 millimeter. $13 on the rooster tail. There's your throttle pressure linkage. There's your throttle pressure. These transmissions are mechanical. They're not electronic, so they shift on. The throttle pressure cable goes up to the throttle body or carburetor on these units. Eight millimeter on this plate. Oh. No, 10. Should be a 10. There we go. Yeah. Thinking of a 4L60 with the 8 millimeter on the plate on it. 700. does have all 10mm stuff. This is your big giant check ball, big one. Some people leave them out. I like to put them back in. It does have some different springs in it. Maybe somebody put a shift kit in it somewhere along the way. It's hard to say. All right. There's your separator plate. You want to look for places where the ball has been hanging. Looks like this transmission here has been gone through pretty recently. Somebody put a new separator plate in it. We'll be putting one in it regardless because of its age. You can see right here has a little bit of wear in these plates. It doesn't take much for them things to beat out. And when they go to start beating out, then you start running into issues. But we will keep this plate to match it up to the one that we get from our Transpart distributor. Let me go ahead and take this shifter link off. Let me get this back tail shifter section off first. Anytime we're building 700 R4s, you just got to be real particular with what you got going on, because you know these things are old, man. They started out in 1982. Yeah, I got one more. That ain't no good. There you go.
You can pop it out there. No.
Yeah, I can pop it out of there when I clean it up. So there's your speedo gear. And then we got a governor in this thing. That governor, you got a 700 at every. Now you want to check it. See right there. Make sure that piston's moving up and down.
What color's the springs in it?
I don't know. It looks like it's got a white spring and a factory spring. So somebody been tinkering with it.
Shift kit.
Probably got some kind of shift kit in it somewhere along the way, I would say. There was some guys, they said they've been through this transmission a couple of times. I don't know exactly how many times, but the people that had it, when they pulled it out to bring it to me, the detent cable or I call throttle pressure cable, was not adjusted properly, which with these units, it will burn them up within just miles down the road. Old guy told me one time, make sure you always put a new throttle pressure cable on every one of these 700 you build, unless you want problems. I truly believe that everything he said was 100% right, because I have seen over the years that that's not how I usually. Somebody does have a Corvette servo in it. Oh, that ain't never good. Should be able to grab this thing and pull it out by hand. It should not be stuck like that.
Possibly bands broke.
Possibly. They did state that it did not have second gear.
Get your spring.
No, that's not a Corvette, sir. That's an old school.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me see that spring.
Yeah, that's old school shit.
Yeah, that's old school there. So no. You can look how big it is around there. So that's the stock servo.
Right.
It does have the 3-pin servo in it. We'll be changing that out, putting the Corvette servo in it. Okay, let's get the pump out of it and see what we're working with on the rest of the unit. I don't know, it seems like it may have been a while before this thing has been built. I don't know. Just by the way it's coming apart.
Looks like whoever built it just put a fresh pump in it.
Yeah, it does. It's got a fresh pump in there.
Usually they're rusty.
Alright. Oh, that ain't never
Oh
good.
yeah. That band's shot.
Yeah, it looks
Scratched
like
up
the drum is. Of course, I already ordered a new loaded reverse input drum. I'm gonna put a new loaded 3/4 drum in it, and we'll get this pump tore apart here in a minute. Uh-oh, that ain't no good.
It's the band.
Yeah. Okay. See if you can pull it out. I doubt you'll be able to. All right. Let me see that. Put that over here. That is a smoked second gear.
Oh,
They said when it went to second, didn't have second, it probably didn't have fourth. Some of these shops we do stuff for, we save all the parts, take a video, show them what we're doing. If you look at that reverse input drum and you feel it, it's apple cord bad. Bushings are shot. I've never seen but maybe 2 times in the 300s or 400s, 4L60s and 700s that I built, have I ever seen the reverse input drum clutches burnt. These seem to be okay, like it hadn't been blown built.
Right.
It's got brand new steels in it. But we will be giving him back his parts. Here's your 3/4 drum. This is where, oh my God in heaven. Look at the clearance in the 3/4, guys.
Whoa.
I mean, if that ain't, that's 250. Shoot. That's a bunch of clearance there, buddy.
It's a third of an inch.
Yeah.
All day long.
That's a lot of clearance in that.
Yeah.
A lot of clearance.
What shim you got on it?
That's another thing, guys, that you can tell if there's been a unit that's been, it's got a 69, so
It's stock.
yeah, more than likely it's stock. We like to put a 70 in every one we do.
Tighten it up.
It does have these cut rings. This is all 700 stuff all the way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like to use them, but we're going to be replacing this drum with a new one. There's probably nothing wrong with this one. We'd have to air check it and check for cracks. They're bad about leaking right around the 3/4 drum here, right down in here. They're bad about leaking. You got a cross leak, it can cause all kind of issues. But you'll be chasing that problem forever and a day. Somebody's been in this unit. It does not have the return springs in the 3/4. Guys, the engineers from GM put those return springs in there for a reason. 3/4 smoked. Smoked. That's got to do with that cable not being adjusted right on this unit. Now, I'm sure the Ford is probably fine, but those return springs, when that 3/4 applies, and then when it releases, those springs, when that stuff's in there spinning and it's not applied, it helps keep all that stuff from wearing out. Some guys are like, well, I'll leave them out and make it shift a little harder. Well, leave them out if you want to, buddy. But these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of units that I built, it makes more sense to put them back in there. Brand new. Yep, you don't want to forget your torsion bearing there. Now, you know these old units got them, good God, that thing's, I ain't never seen one of them as dry as that thing is, as hard as that is. That thing is hard as a brick. But these old units, they got, the older guys, man, they live by these lip seals. They said they were better. You know, I'm a new generation builder. I like the molded pistons myself. If you see all these clutches in here look good, we are replacing that drum. Here's your one-way sprag. Clock, lock, clock, lock. And all these clutches here, you know, they look good. Somebody been in this unit not many miles ago. I mean, this stuff looks brand new. I don't know what kind of, I don't know, it looks like well, might be a stock shell in there. I don't know. But we're fixing to get down there and look at it. Here, we'll go ahead and do this. We're going to tear this pump apart. We are going to put a vane and rotor kit, whole 9 yards in this pump. I will be putting the solid rings on the, I don't like those rings that are cut. That never had good luck with them. This thing's probably got an old vein in there.
10 vein.
Something like that, and it does.
Oh, God. It's got a 6 vein.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
7 vein.
Yeah.
We're gonna be putting a 13 vein in there.
Yeah. Good God.
And upgrading this with a new pump bushing.
Mhm.
Of course, you know you want to put all your bushings in this thing. They look like somebody put bushings in it, but I would go back with some bushings in it for sure. We do. Got a little spring in here. You don't want to lose that little spring. That can make you have a bad day. All right, there's our pump. Take them cut rings. That's 100% $700 Ford. That's what they did back in them days. They used cut sealing rings. Which I guess, I mean, putting a solid Teflon ring on there. The last thing you want to do is have that ring leaking. Because you will be pulling that unit back out, scratching your head, not knowing what's going on, where that Teflon ring had done turned sideways when you put the pump into the reverse input drum. So you don't want to have that for sure. Now let me see how long it takes me to get this ring off of here. Okay.
Let me get it for you.
Well, you know, Charlie, my eyes ain't as good as they used to be. Here, you see if you can get that ring off of there.
Yeah, I got you.
Charlie's gonna get it the first swap here.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Yeah, my eyes ain't as good as they used to be. But you almost got it there.
I'm slipping.
There it is. All right, they usually send one of these in the rebuild kit. Let's see what we got here. Now, I think somebody put some type of shift kit in here because they got all these different colored springs.
Mm-hmm.
That usually means, all right, so it does have, that's old school right there.
Yeah.
That's old school as old school can be. And there's a stock shell.
Yeah.
Sun gear looks to seem to be okay. But it is a stock shell, which this thing's gonna have 400 horsepower. Probably gonna have to put a decent shell in it. Now, let me look at this stuff. Now, they ain't got the snap ring in there, right? It's sitting anti-clunk spring.
Mm.
If you build enough of them, you try to put the stuff back like it goes. Not saying it's going to hurt anything, but I like to put them back like they go, you know, because
It's just one less question you got to ask if something tears up.
yeah, if you got a problem with that unit or something's clanking down there, you don't want to say, well, snap ring on top of that anti-clunk. Is there a problem with that, or is it this? You want to put everything back as factory. But these are very fitting to unit. I mean, you got to think this thing here is 40 years old, 1984. It's actually 41 years old. Now, I'm not going to put this low reverse piston on the video because it is kind of tricky. But there's your low reverse piston. Always make sure, guys, that you put a new low reverse piston sealing rings on. Don't leave that piston down in there and not change the sealing rings. You're asking yourself for a leak, and you're asking yourself for a problem. This is the low reverse. Here's the sprag. You know, it's a one-way deal too. It should roll and lock. Here are the low reverse clutches. And the only thing that I'm going to save out of this is going to be, you want to get all your bearings off of here. But the only thing that I'm going to save off of this is the wave. Now, some guys in the high performance stuff, they like to leave the wave out. I'm not even seeing a wave in here. Yeah, they don't even have a wave in here. I don't know why they left the wave out unless they were trying to make it shift harder. I'd have to look at the book, but I'm pretty sure it takes 5 steels and 5 clutches with a wave. And I'm not seeing the wave unless the wave's stuck down in here. No wave. This is crazy. You would think it wouldn't have low. Oh, yeah, this guy right here. Make sure you always put that guy in right. But I'll be setting these out. But guys, this wraps it up for our 700 R4 1984 model. I hope this video can be useful to you. Subscribe to our channel. We'll be putting out some more content and some more teardown videos. Hey, I'm not the best in the world, but I have learned from a lot of mistakes. If you have any questions, you can call us at 478-550-8950. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.